Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to bring you a Roxy's weekly challenge. Now I watched this last Friday and it's this Friday now. So when it comes out, she'll have done another one. But anyway, I liked this one. I love labels, and this was her making labels. Now I've got a stamp set full of different labels, circle ones, large ones, little ones, whatever. And I've got other stamp sets from Tim Holtz and Creative Expressions, and I couldn't find the one that's just dedicated, that's just totally labels. And so I have seen Rachel used a stamp like this. I've seen Dasher Dave use a stamp like this, and I looked it up and it was only £8 something, and I just thought I'm just going to buy it because I don't know where my other stamp set with labels on is, and I didn't want to be pulling lots out. I just wanted this to be quick, so I bought it. I think it was inevitable I was going to buy this as soon as I saw Dasher Dave use it. So yeah, us crafters are such enablers. So I have got some of my antique ledger here. I do want the blue side actually. This is, so I've cut it down. I've used the top bit as pages in journals, and I'm left with this bit at the bottom, and this gubbins here is where it's got wet, and I'm probably not going to use that, so I'm just going to rip this down the centre actually, so I can actually use both sides. Let's put that away for the moment. So I want the sort of slightly blue tinge. Now if you haven't got ledger paper, I have got scanned versions of this ledger over on my Ko-fi. It's for free, so you can go and check it out and grab yourself some, and so then you can make labels like this. There'll be a slightly different size because I've shrunk them a bit to fit on A4. So I think these would make lovely labels. The red would go really nice with the redness on there, although thinking about the journal I want to put it in, maybe not so much, so I might do it with a blue, and that will really go with what I'm currently making. Now it's a big stamp, so it's bigger than the stamp pad, so you take, this is brand new, I've not actually stamped it yet, so there we go. So yeah, you take the ink to the stamp pad when it's bigger than your stamp pad. That is the easiest way. And I'm looking at this and I'm getting plenty of ink on it. That looks well covered. And the nice thing about this stamp is you're stamping them all in one go, so you get lots very quickly. So I'm going to put my glasses on because I want this to be lined up straight. You might see my head, you will see my head. I'm going along the edge of the paper there. It's a long time since I've used a wooden stamp, I have to say. Little glue stick trying to get in on the act over there. Go away. And right, maybe because it was the first time this has been stamped, so it needs a few goes. I should have stamped it, but I don't mind a little bit of that fade in around the edges. Let's do another. Sometime, I mean, usually with red rubber stamps you don't need a stamp mat, so I'm going to try it again and hopefully it'll work better. So lining it up now that we've got a second stamp. That's better. It's not perfect. I'm going to try again, but this time with a stamp mat. So it's just a bit of sponge that I'm using here. It actually is a stamp mat, but you could use a magazine. Maybe you've got some funky foam in your craft room from Crafting with Kids. I know I've got some from Crafting with Kids. You can use that. I do a couple of layers of it, and You be right. As we say in Yorkshire, you be right. So let's see what we get now. Yeah, it's getting better. I mean, it could be that my ink pad needs re-inking, but that's looking a lot better. I am going to cut some of these out so we can see what they're looking like. I won't bore you with cutting them all out, so let's just go up here. They're nicely lined up, so I should be able to do one swoop down. Yeah, that's worked. See, this is really brittle where it's been wet, so I'm going to just cut that off now into the bin. Oh, this wasn't quite dry, Jez. Do you know, I think that little bit smudging makes it look better. Yeah, quick tip, wait till your glue's dry before you start cutting it out. What an idiot. There we go. Maybe we'll go for one of the others that will be dry. Oh, I went too close there, Jez. A little too close. And this isn't dry either. I wonder if it's the paper. Because back in the day, when they would have written on this, they would have used blotting paper, wouldn't they? So maybe it's the nature of the paper that the ink's not sinking down in it. Could well be. Let's crack on with this one then. It's smudged already, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Let's bring my bin in. The bin that really needs emptying now. But look at the mess in this bin. This would have literally been on the floor. Well, some bits like these strips I would have probably leant over and put in the actual bin. But it has saved a lot. And it's pretty and it's lovely. And my friend Janice made it. And I'm not sure if the video of me buying crafty things is out yet. But I've got a link to Jazzle Dazzle. She's on Facebook with her crochet page, where you can buy these things. Now, I think these are smashing. Look at that. And I say you can get the same effect with the digitals, but I think they're very cute. Very cute indeed. So I just wanted to cut some out so we could, you know, I'm just gonna here. Now it's stopped being lined up. So what I like, I'm going to cut the whole set out so you can see the different shapes from this wonderful stamp set. It's got some with lines on as well, which is quite cool. I say I've got other label stamps. As well, but there's quite a nice variety in this one, and for £8, which is a lot cheaper than any of the other stamp sets I've got. The one that I've lost, hopefully that's a temporary loss, was nearly £20, I think. It was cheaper than Timmy. And gave me what I wanted. I mean, some of the Timmy one that I kind of probably will succumb eventually and buy. Some of the labels in that are quite big, and I wasn't sure if I would actually use them that big, so I was happy to just stick with the smaller one. The other smaller one. This is even smaller. The one I've lost has got slightly bigger labels. It's from Head head on the door, something like that, I can't remember. And it's so cool. And the stamp set actually comes all joined up, so like this you could stamp them all together, but I cut mine up. Because I thought it was more useful having them separate. But I could put them all back together again on a big block, so, which was probably the thoughts behind it. There we are. And that hasn't taken too long. There we go, one more. And we'll be at about 12 minutes. Less than that if you take the waffle out. And I did stamp 3 times, so if you just stamp the once, be even less time. And there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 little labels. Now that one's got lines across it, but it's already ledgered, so actually I was wondering how that would work, if that would spoil it having the lines, but actually you don't really notice. And then we've got, and I love that balance, that could be a Tracy label, couldn't it? So, and then you could do things extra to them to sort of pretty them up. So I'm very happy with, put them over there. So let's try a different colour. So that's the blue one's done. Not stamped that well. I do actually want to try this. I'll be disappointed if the stamp's so rubbish, because clean off, because obviously I'm going to use a different colour now. It's not clean that well. There's me proper stamp cleaning spray. I am a cleaner. And I know lots of people just wipe with baby wipes, but I find then you end up with a load of ink all over your hands, because the baby wipes take the ink and then it transfers, and I've already got inky hands, so don't really want any more ink. So let's try some red. I think this one's quite juicy Lucy. There we go. I know some people will say put a rubber on it. Shall I have some going the other way? Yeah, why not, Jez? I'm leaving the stamp mat. There we go. Yeah, you can use a pencil rubber to rub over a stamp sometimes, because sometimes they have a little bit of stuff on them in the production and you've got to rub it off. Yeah, it's not stamped that well either. Good enough though. And maybe it's supposed to be like that, but I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be a solid line. But that's quite cool. And then we've got labels going the other way. I like that. Well, so far I'm not that impressed with this. I'm going to try it without the stamp mat. could actually be this, because I've just established that it's taken a long time for things to dry. I might try it on something else. Yeah, that's really not stamping that well. So let's try it on something else. So I've got a Ready Reckoner here. So let's try it on that. Because this is very porous. See if you stamp better on this. I don't mind the results because I'm trying to recreate something old and vintage. Well, this is actually antique there. And so there would have been some fading over time. Yeah, not much better at all. No. What I might do is peel it off this wood block and use it in my stamp positioning so I can stamp a couple of times. Because that's pretty rubbish. Although, how cool are those labels? They are very cool, Jez. I like them. I am gonna stamp some more. So let's get this cleaned and we'll change colour again. So do you know what I'm going to do? Because people are going to say it in the comments about going over with a rubber. So I'm going to go over with a rubber. Some people even say use lightly sand. Oh, I'm not sanding. Not sanding a stamp set. So there, gone over all the surfaces. Might even use my glue eraser for a bit more of a rub. It's a different sort of rubber, this. Right. That'll pat off. Let's just wipe it a bit. There we go. Now let's see what's going to happen. Right, let's take some early espresso, some really nice dark brown this. I've just done what I said you don't do. We'll do it this way. And we can see there that there is plenty of ink on there. You can see it there, all wet. So let's try it on here. Let's see what happens. Better. That's a lot better. And I maybe need to lean a bit more on the edge there to get it down, but that is massively better than the other. Fast improvement. Well, who knew? So let's do that again on this colour. What colour haven't I done? The green, Jez. You haven't tried the green. There we are. Getting ink everywhere. So let's do some on here. I used to go, our local craft shop used to get, it was Do Crafts, when Do Crafts were around. I don't think they're around anymore. And you used to go and they'd have demonstrators demonstrating in the craft shop their latest products, and then you could buy a goodie bag, couldn't you, full of like £40 worth of stuff for like £20. And yeah, you'd always succumb and buy it, and half of it was rubbish and you'd never use. And the woman that I used to watch used to say, walk around your stamp to make sure you've got it all. Yeah, that is better now that I've gone over it with a rubber. Much better. And you can see that where that one didn't come out on that corner one, it has there. That's because of the walking round. Still need to apply a bit more pressure on that one, but that's cool. So that's worked its magic. So we've got that. Now I might do a green one, maybe with a floral book. Maybe. Right, it's not the book I wanted to use, but it'll do. So I could either use that side or this side. It's a nice, I think this side. I think that's where we're going. And I actually think if I use green on that, it won't show up so much. So I might try. I might. Oh, excuse me for it. I might go on my Pebble Path, which is a bit of a muted black. I think this actually might need re-inking, but we'll see. So going really hard on the edges. I do find this quite difficult to do, pressing down. There we go. Yeah. I like that one. I like that one a lot. The way that's worked out. I'm going to stamp at the top again. Even though the stamp will go over some white bits, but don't matter because I wouldn't use that anyway. Although I might, it might actually look nice. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I really like them. That one's, so it's only really that one that's got nothing on it, because there's enough on that one. Very cool, like them. Of course, they look different when they're cut out. Right, so I can use that because it should be, because hopefully I'll get half it on that side and half it on that side. And if I don't, it doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to change to green because I haven't used the green yet. I'm actually looking, I've got garden green, I've got mossy meadow. I might do the mossy meadow. Actually, when I picked out the garden green, I was thinking that's not what you usually use, because mossy meadow is my favourite. So these are all Stampin' Up colours. Oh, that's well juicy. I used to have all the colours, but the colours have changed now, so I haven't got all the colours anymore. I'm no longer a demonstrator, so I've got what I've got, and that's what I've got. Got what I got, that's what I've got. Yes, Jess, that's very logical. So we could see this was well juicy. Yep. There we go. That's worked really well. Missing that centre bit. There's a bit on there, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I like them. So we've done a Ready Reckoner and a floral and a ledger. Shall we maybe see just ordinary text or music? I've got some music here. Yes, let's go for music. What colour did I just use? Mossy Meadow Chairs. You put it back, that's why you can't see it. Clean it off. Do blue again. Haven't done blue since the beginning. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to choose a busy bit of music. Let's choose this bit down here. There we go. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the different varieties so we can have a look at what I've got. So I've cut them all out. I had a little listen to a podcast whilst I was doing this from Dave from Dasher Dave and Brian from Silver Fox. They've done I think they've done 3 now. I listened to number 3. Now I'm listening to number 1. Very entertaining. So I cut them out whilst I was doing that. I just started inking round some of them, and I really like that one that's got like a balance written on there. And I've got here this envelope. This is a Rach and Bella Crafts freebie, I think. Yes, a freebie. And so I thought I made this envelope to put in a journal, and it needs some sort of closure, so I thought I'd stick something on there, and I think that works really well. So I'm going to stick it. I'm going to stick it because I'll forget. And yeah, so I've now got a nice lot of labels. I mean, I've got 65 million Tracy labels as well, and these are very, using this stamp, they are very like a Tracy label. But it's nice to have something a little bit different as well. So, and I like that you make your own thing, and you could do these with scraps. I mean, I know that's a whole stamp set in its own, but I do have singular labels, so you can stamp on scraps. So there, that's a nice little envelope, like so. And it makes it unique as well if you're making them yourself. And I really do like how they've how they've turned out. I like these. I like that with the lines on. So they're pretty cool. That's beautiful. And I love the Ready Reckoner ones. They're unusual. We've got some music, which is cool to have, and then obviously the various ledger ones. So I've got them going sideways and up and downy ways. Just, yeah. Portrait and landscape there. So I just think they're absolutely fabulous. So a great Roxy challenge that. I'm now going to find a little pot to put these all in, so I'll have it close at hand with labels on that I will just grab. I'll get my little labelling machine out and add them, and they're just great. Yeah, so that's me, Roxy Weekly Challenge done. And yeah, she'll do another one today that I want to do, I'm sure. So I hope that was interesting. I know Roxy did it, but I thought I'd have a go. And I hope if you've got stamps, new ones, that maybe some of the things that I've done to get this stamp right has been helpful. We got there in the end, but I don't mind, because it's vintage. Oh, I missed a corner there. I don't mind them being slightly faded around the edge, because that kind of adds to its authenticity, I think. Okay, bye for now. I'll be back soon with someone else.